to deepen it further, as they just do. Reeds and Snacks. Oh boy. A force buy that, by the luck of the draw, finds them with a bit of an advantage with Raiko being disconnected, and unfortunately the rest of Honoris not being able to do anything about it. And all of a sudden, we have ourselves a distinct advantage again being built by Illuminar themselves, and seems like Honoris is going through some technical issues. Last round, or on Mirage in that best of one, it was of course Neo that disconnected for that top mid, if you recall, with the ult that he had on short B, or on short B. Whilst now seems to be Raiko going through the same kind of hurdle. But luckily enough, Stomp opens it up. The force buy, or at least the hero buy of the AWP, seems to be successful to start with. A little bit of a slowpoke play from Illuminar, though. They seem to be a bit concerned about Stomp's positioning.
Especially now that Illuminar do not know what kind of purchase they will be coming up against, thankfully. Able to deal with the first two pistols on short relatively cleanly. We lose a first man, but Snacks already makes up for the disadvantage. Stomp already on the rotation. Molotov will come through a little late, however, and isolates him down into the 1-on-2 here. Stomp. Flash is good. Allows the first player to cross. But either way, 50 seconds on the clock. Illuminar up towards the A-bomb site they will go. Of course, Stomp hears the footsteps. Not a lot that he can do about it. This type of position, the plant will go down fairly safely. Now it is down to Stomp. Is he going to try a jump shot? That's the question. Not this time.
Quickly.
Sneaking around the corner, he will go. Yeah, does not want to take the risk, but Mao's already a step ahead. 7-3. Honoris starting to face further difficulty here now. The rebuy will come. It is going to be incredibly limited. Stomp down onto a scout after purchasing the hero AWP. But Illuminar, just a single round away from taking the first half, already in their favor here.
Well, again, they're proving to be the better team. Yet Honoris, I feel like perhaps if circumstances were a bit different, if Raiko wouldn't have been disconnected, perhaps this would have been a different outcome. But unfortunately, sometimes you just can't control all aspects of the game. And Illuminar, as good as they might seem right now, of course there's always going to be a chance Honoris can take it back. Taz, we could see again aggression through short once more. He's trying to take control for his team, for his squad, getting information by the way, or alongside on the way. Oh, Snacks, very dangerous, but he does get the tag, and even though Taz finds himself a return, they lose both Prism and him, and Stomp on Goose. He's in a dangerous spot. He does tag Veggie, though. He has to win the engagement. Finds one, finds the second by Reiko's hand. And all of a sudden, the hold might actually be up to snuff as the bomb is lost on long. With a minute on the clock. Innocent missing another vital shot. And Mouse will be caught trying to transition through B. Perfect stuff so far. Still a one-on-one, though. Now Innocent. Maybe not so innocent.
Side of the smoke he goes, but Raiko, as soon as that shot was missed, opens the opportunity. And Honoris, they do snatch away around very, very cleanly there, breaking the bank of Illuminar along the way as well. Fortunately, will not be able to rebuy off of the back of this one. So a force investment it is. 3 AKs, or they can muster up limited utility for the majority. A couple of pistols in there as well, but Honoris, a chance to resurrect themselves here. Neo already able to close out Mao's. Great first kill to find. Unfortunately, not one of the AKs, but just limits what Illuminar do have in this round already. You can tell with the way that Honoris currently are setting themselves up, super defensive yet again, will not focus all of their energy in towards mid. We'll just have Neo watching it from this type of position as well, as they realize maybe now that Illuminar will be setting themselves up here in this round. With the first player gone, they have to commit more of a holistic group here, and up short seems like that answer for them here so far. Innocent has to be careful though. Prism lurking down towards Longhouse will be a challenge if they want to break through here onto the ace side of the map. Smoke down, Taz repositions. Molotov keeping him at bay for now. These players drop into CT, heard by Neo, however. Already able to find a first, the second. Slowly in tow, but the position's far too overpowered for Honoris. A very clean round so far.
Neo? What? Okay, 4-3 resolution. I guess it doesn't work. Veggie will find himself a frag, but it's Taz that cleans it out. And in the end, illuminar will have to concede one more. And yeah, as you said, control from Honoris seems to be working pretty well when they put their efforts in and put their eggs in one basket. It was vital that they were able to shut down the long play as well, and in the end come out on top. 7-5. Illuminar on a full eco this time around. We'll be splitting up across the map, looking for perhaps a few early frags, a few early free frags if at all possible. But overall, it's literally a full eco. Only Glocks. Not even a flash, not even a smoke. They can't really afford it, to be fair, so I would like to see Illuminar group up and just run somewhere. I don't care if they, if they get smashed, as long as they try it together, maybe they can succeed in getting the plant down. Although, there could be ulterior motives at play here. Maybe they have something else in mind. In any case, there could also be a reasoning behind this slow play. Just discussing a few potential tactics, using the time they have at hand of the round itself to discuss a few ideas they might be wanting to run moving forward. But here comes the short play. As I said, group up, go together, and see what you can do. All 5 coming into play. Okay. 2 frags, not shabby at all, and they can plant the bomb safely. Yeah. So this is a costly round for Honoris regardless.
2 frags and a bomb plant is a very good round for Illuminar. They'll get no further in sort of developments in the round itself, but that's exactly what they were looking for, and that's exactly what they get. 2 kills is good, $600 plus the plant. Going to give them just enough to very comfortably buy into the next round now. They do want an AWP. It might have to come from Innocent if he wants to drop it for snacks. There is always an option to play glass cannon, of course, but again, it's still a fairly solid round here on the side of Illuminar just to get the bomb plant down. You can see with the way that they have set up, AWP was, of course, dropped by Innocent, as to be expected. Snacks just wanting to keep himself on that sniper. I think especially with Stomp wielding his so far for the majority of the first half, it is vital that Snacks does the same. Oh, great set of nades, though. Already doing incredible damage. The peek off of the corner. Already able to line up the first. Good trade by Reitz, though. Long control looking to now be established, but a quick rotate sees both Raiko, Taz, and Neo drafted in toward this A-bomb site. So far, Honoris reading into this quite well here. They are prepared for what is to come from Illuminar. The flash to assist them greatly, but Taz only gets away with the 1. 2 trades returned, an advantage back to Illuminar.
Well, at least a little bit of damage dealt, and of course with the rifle of Raiko, maybe the difference can still be made. Although, as you said, the advantage is in the hands of Illuminar regardless, and you can see they're pulling back towards top middle, looking like they might want to split B again. Although Stomp, he's ready for that. He's reading this like an open book, and whoever peeks out short, well, is about to get snapped, and Snacks is having to say goodbye and good night. A 2v2 with 40 seconds on the clock. Illuminar have a tough decision to be made. Where did they go? Well, the answer is back into the crosshairs of Stomp, as Innocent does tag him on. It's still a one-on-one. Raiko on A site, and now the question remains on everybody's mind. Does Raiko stay on A and gamble it on A? Or does he gamble going towards mid and B and potentially... Oh, he's going to hear him long. Okay, yeah, he did hear him long. Thank God. For a second there, it looked like he might have not been vigilant or otherwise perceptive enough, but a one-on-one. Innocent. Oh, what? No, wait. No, wait. Oh. No, wait. Oh. Too close for comfort there, Raiko. Thankfully, he hits the headshot and closes it out before things get a bit too messy. 7-7, and again, as close of a half as one would have imagined here.
In the distance, again, like for the side of Honoris on Mirage, they are going to, again, have another 8-7 to battle with. Illuminar, whether they'll get the round advantage to go into the second half at least somewhat ahead is questionable, but again, illuminar picking into Dust 2 based off of the performance of honoris is always a scary factor here. And the way that right now it is, again, so close, it feels like it is honoris that keeps it in this sort of fashion. Just to, you know, how they played against Yapaleno, they're playing fairly similar here against illuminar, and it's resulted in pretty much a replica scoreline. So all things do take into effect like it did on Mirage. Honoris might even be in with a chance taking this map in their favor. Stomp, great first kill. Reet's already able to peek short but close down very nicely. Gives them an early entry to play with here, and that is exactly what Honoris needed. illuminar, no real map control established. This is perfect so far for Honoris. The aggressiveness as well. Do not want to overextend, but you can tell that Honoris, I'm liking to see that they are actively not hunting on the CT side, but definitely reclaiming map control for themselves.
Oh, most certainly. And they're putting up a good fight against illuminar, whilst also keeping a very clean initiative in their heads. As Snacks will find himself Raiko trying to transition through CT, yet Stomp will find the connection as Neo is hiding behind the wall. A classic rookie mistake not checking that corner, but it happens, and well, Neo abuses that to the maximum of its potential. A double with the bomb drop, leaving only now Innocent in this challenging 1-on-4. Looks like Honoris will be able to honor their respects and, well, honor their replies. And, well, it's 8-7 final score as Honoris yet again succeed in picking up the first half. And illuminar, maybe there's time to consider perhaps a bit of a slowdown next time they have a chance to take this kind of a lead. It was at 1.7-3. Imagine that.
Here we go. Second half coming. Before we do get into the second half, though, make sure to enter the giveaway that we do have provided for you by Skin Baron, of course, to round out week number 8 of Home Sweet Home. A Bayonet Damascus Steel, an M4A1S Player 2 from the brand new case, all of which available, exclamation mark giveaway in the chat, along with €10 times 10 voucher codes for Skin Baron's website as well. That is at the Esports Bible on Twitter, or exclamation mark giveaway in the chat. With that being said, second half to come. illuminar on the CT side, already pressuring long, and a great entry by Reetz that will see Honoris slow down and reconsider.
Bit of a tough opener here. Honoris looked like they wanted to quickly conclude the pistol with a fast take of long, but rather than, you know, at least think about it a little bit, I'll be a bit stranded now. Fairly certain Innocent spotted the player on short Xbox, or at least mid Xbox. The information is there to illuminar. They know what they are facing off here. Veggie. The flash is a dead giveaway. Somebody's pushing out, and well, that is certainly now a confirmation of that push. Veggie remains on the corner, widens the angle by Neo, and still gonna lose the duel against Taz. Snacks, nice shot. A 3-on-2 ensues though. Stomp will a double. Hold on, Stomp. He's got a smoke to deploy. Will not wait for it for the pop, and Innocent again proving to not be so innocent. 8-8 as illuminar take the second pistol.
Keeping the scoreline incredibly close. Honoris looked almost set there to have the pistol round tipped in their favor from the actions of Stomp. But not this time, unfortunately. Honoris down to a full eco. As to be expected, this side did not force. Previously, they will not do again. Missed Molotov by Reetz, though. Gives maybe Honoris a chance if they wanted to compile an attack into long, but not going to happen this time. But illuminar. Chance to make this at least 9-8 before the gun round, but again, this feels exactly like the best of one that we've just seen. Honoris just keeping the scoreline ticking and tying all the way up here. Or again, like Mirage, is no current decided winner yet. The series already starting off in a very close fashion, and you know, you look at the stats of Dust 2 for illuminar compared to Honoris, you'd think this would be a very easy game, but we know there's so many other factors involved. Polish derby, these players knowing pretty much one another inside and out. Veggie. Beautiful triple. The FAMAS already lining up 3. Further 2 to come. 9-8. illuminar back in the lead before the gun round comes up. It is honoris, though, to show us what they've got here on this T side.
This is looking like illuminar have finally had enough of the snuff. This will be, of course, the full buy from honoris that might give them this fighting chance. It might give them a bit of a hurdle still to go over. Snacks crossing back towards CT, gonna be caught on the move back. That's a bit problematic. Certainly takes away a little bit of his firepower, or at least chances of dueling. But a slowdown by both sides as honoris is looking to take mid control, as they've already basically done that. Reads, cutting it close, tagged as well. It's not the end of the line though. And as we can see, honoris is still kind of vigilant about those quick pushes and definitely very careful how they go about playing the round itself. Good reason for that as well. They know how aggressive illuminar can be and how quickly a round can go haywire if not respected enough. As honoris is still, again, as we see, looking to take short control. Not necessarily committing through it, but just wanted to have that in their hands to kind of diminish the overall control that illuminar can display. And a kiss in the smoke, drop down into CT though. Snacks heard that. Snacks definitely knows what's up, although he cannot drop behind him because otherwise he's going to give away his position. And this is a B split that Taz is controlling CT with. And with Veggie at least knowing that there's a chance they could cancel it out, but Taz will find one stomp. The second Raiko chimes in as well. And Mao's now a 1-on-3, surely not. And indeed, it doesn't happen.
There we go. Reit's having to save up here or try and get some exits, maybe generate a bit of cash with the UMP that he's got in hand, but either way, 9-9 is honoris. They'll be tying things up here. They'll be making this one now a lot closer, especially with illuminar dropping the first rifle round. Prism ensures no further saves. That is perfect here for honoris. The money, a bit of a mixed bag across the board, but they do have enough to buy across 3. It might keep them on an eco, however. See what decision they do choose to make. A tactical pause maybe to be called here with no... Okay, no, never mind. Just a full eco instead. I respect it. illuminar wanting the maximum amount of money before the first rebuy for them here. But either way, honoris. Chance to take double digits, a chance to establish a lead on the map pick of illuminar, and this is where times start to get a little bit tougher. If they lose the first gun round for illuminar, or the first proper gun round, that is where things get difficult. Mouse, though, through the Molotov he goes, takes out Stomp and grabs an AWP. This now becomes a little bit more difficult. Manageable, but can definitely get quite scary with Mouse and that sniper. But honoris. Up towards long they'll go. Smokes down, a fairly convincing setup as we know it. Veggie gets away with one. Reit's looking for the return, but not this time.
Yeah, this is a little bit unfortunate for illuminar. And Mouse, he's going to save the op best he can. Of course, making sure that any economy that can be salvaged will be salvaged. Above all else, the op save is vital here for illuminar. If they're able to keep Snacks in the loop and shut down Stomp early, then there is a good chance that illuminar can still return back into this second half. 10-9 though, as honoris take up themselves to the double digits. Things are starting to take a bit of a wild turn. Now we are still neck to neck. Rounds are pretty much so far indecipherable between each other, trading them back and forth. And the first timeout actually going to be used in the entirety of the series for today, as we have honoris looking to slow down, perhaps looking to discuss a few details. And you know what, I like it that they realize, you know what, boys, we're cutting it a little bit close, we're giving a lot of room to illuminar. Maybe it's time we discuss a few things. Most likely discuss how to approach certain aspects of this round or the rounds themselves. But double up, Mouse and Snacks. Not gonna say I'm not a fan of it, but it might come back to really haunt Illuminar if they fail to get anything done with it.
This type of costly investment, yeah, it's always a risk that we never know will pay off or not. Mouse, we haven't particularly seen him on the AWP in recent times either. See what this double AWP entails, but so far honoris with the advantage point that they, have. It's slim, but it is something they can use to get into the minds of illuminar here. Very slow default approach. No reason to be committing over the top in terms of this early stage of the round. It seems like short might be the answer, though, for honoris. Molotov down. Do not want to peek into Snacks. He will fall. Keeps himself safe, at least. A couple of tags of damage there as he dropped down into CT, but not a massive letdown. Stomp, I believe, might even have the angle ready for the peak of Snacks if he does choose to swing, and that is exactly the case. So Snacks is on fine lines here. If he edges forward, well, gets out safely. The shot looked like it should have connected, but didn't make any sort of tag. The legs, were they exposed in the smoke? Yeah, they definitely were. I was going to say, Snacks spotted them before the flashbang fully took hold. Innocent takes out, oh, Mouse even swipes the kill. Either way, Prism returns, gets a second Stomp as well, and no! Missed shot. Thankfully, Mouse returns it, but damage done as Neo able to close out Mouse. Veggie in a one-on-one, though, isolates the kill. Neo, oof, able to get away, but just barely. Goes for the overpeak, tries to see what he can find, but Veggie, step ahead. Closes the round 10-10 in illuminar. Bit expensive, but they get the round on the board.
Back on the horse. We are continuing on as illuminar will not give it up that easily, will not allow the round to be taken away, or more specifically, the map to be taken away as quickly. That's good to see. Good to hear they have the fighting spirit within them. In any case, a little bit of a pause again. Top of the round, actually, is apparently somebody disconnected, or might have disconnected, and we're just going to be restarting the round itself. By the looks of it, that's going to be the case. In any case, or in any manner, though, we are almost ready to continue. I think we are. Technical issues quickly resolved, and I love it that we're quickly resolving these issues like that. There's no problem. But double up again for Illuminar. Seems to have worked out the last time, and, well, can't blame them if they want to try it again. Although it was cutting it close a little bit there. Mouse definitely pulling on some strings to save it.
Yeah, this one seeming like Illuminar might just have the advantage yet again here. Neo peeks off of the back of the smoke, but flashbang already a step ahead, unfortunately. Reads to find the first kill, especially with the AWP taken out of the situation. Now Taz will try and scramble it if he can, see if he can just poke through the edge and get it away, but not going to be a factor, of course. A very simple cleanup for the side of Illuminar. Veggie getting away with 3. Raiko walking right into the crosshairs. 11 on the board for Illuminar. Back into the lead they go. Again, this series, this map, already so incredibly close. Honoris, their buy round isn't even going to be that great. Might even force them into a double eco, perhaps, but is it a risk that's worth taking to keep 2 players on a low buy? It's definitely questionable. But there we go. 3 AKs and AWP. Neo down to a Tech 9. It's not a great buy, but it's definitely one that they can use to brute force their way in. Send Neo as a first man through if that is the idea that they'll have. But again, Honoris, they can't afford to lose this one. Illuminar will establish a very good lead. Around 13-10 before the next gun round, but there's one thing I'd want to see out of Honoris now, just a faster setup here. They've played so many rounds from these slow default pushes where they'll split short or try and take long that I'd just love to see them stack the utility down toward a site or take mid and try and brute force their way in. Something that will catch Illuminar off guard right now because they are sitting comfortably at this point. There's no challenge for them. And finally, Stomp, he gets away with the first kill. This is where they need to apply the pressure here now. Raiko does exactly that. Much better from Honoris.
Most definitely more alive it looks, and better it looks when they start to reply in kind and in speedy succession. But we can see right here, right now, this is not over yet. Innocent with the quick reply of his own. He is playing alone towards B. Ooh, that nade will deal some... What? Okay. That dealt less damage than I expected. Still sees the head of Raiko, turns around for the second, and actually gives a chance to the rest of Illuminar to go for this retake. And Stomp in the smoke. Wait a second, what the hell is Stomp doing in that position? That is such an unpredictable corner, but Prism makes an even crazier play, peeks out wide, unexpected, and of course takes himself a frag. That is gonna work out, I guess, in the end. A high price to be paid by Honoris, but they get it. That's what matters right now, and tying it back together. 11-11, as you said. This game being as close as it can be, being as tight as it can be. Certainly not looking like it's going to be ending anytime soon. And once again, long control going to be contested for Raiko. Blinded. Veggie. Only good for the one. But, damn. In comes Reitz.
Great return, yeah. Keeping Illuminar in the advantage point here. You can see with the way that they have pulled away from the A-bomb site, that is not going to be challenger option for them to take here. Stomp already spotted inside of that mid position. Snack's able to close out Prism, but Stomp makes it back to a 2-on-2. The B bomb site yet again put under threat. Innocent and Reitz, both of which be diverting. Not going to retake from the same position. Stomp, however, he seems desperately tempted to peek into mid, and that's exactly why he shuts out Innocent. He should pretty much be able to work out where Reitz is coming from now. There is a delay in his push. It is fairly obvious where he should be coming from now, and with Stomp already working it out. And isolate the kills. This is definitely doable. Time is ticking though. No defuse kit. Stomp even closes the frag either way. 12-11. Honoris back in the lead again and have finally broken the economy of Illuminar. A chance of 13 and Honoris to establish at least a 2-barrier lead. This is getting a little bit scary now for Illuminar.
It definitely is. They're leaving a lot of holes in the armor, and above all else, they, as the CT side, need to be careful about their economy. They need to be very vigilant how they manage it. So far, they've been a little bit lackluster in that department, and it's definitely starting to haunt them. And as we can see, it is going to be Raiko with a bit of an express challenge through lower. Now, with this eco in mind, there should be no doubt in anyone's mind, in anybody's clearly set out position that this is 13-11. We can see that Honoris will be taking the full charge towards long. A smart idea. Group up, go together. Ignore the rest of the map. You don't really care about it as long